Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host, Brian.
What's going on, everybody?
As you can tell in the title, we are here to talk The Ultimatum, which is Netflix's newest reality series. It's hosted by Nick and Vanessa Lachey, just like Love is Blind and Love is Blind Season 2, which we did review the whole season and the season, what would you call the reunion?
Yeah.
They're here on our channel. You can look, there's a Love is Blind Season 2 playlist. We are going to review some of these episodes, episode by episode, and some of them will bunch together, depending on how this goes. So we've only watched the first one so far. We see that there's 8. So if each episode warrants a review, you will get a review for that. And you will see in the titles. If not, we'll combine some. We've done that in the past with some other shows. So just transparent off the top. But we are obviously definitely going to do the premiere here as its own episode. So the premise of The Ultimatum, 6 couples come together. One wants to be married. The other person not so sure. The funny thing, Brian, you sent this text to me off the top about these people. What was the longest tenured couple?
It's 2.5 years.
2.5 years, everyone. And I think the oldest person on the show was 30.
Yeah, I think that was Nate.
Nate was 30. So Brian and I are both, I'm 31 still. I turned 32 in a week or two. Brian's getting there too.
Yep.
So it's just pretty crazy to me that these are the people that are getting these situations. We're going to run quickly, really through the 6 couples, and then we will get into kind of what interactions we had here at episode 1. And then we're going to get off so we can go watch episode 2 and then review it for you. We have a long day ahead of us of Ultimatum, but we are excited based off of episode 1. You could kind of tell from my tone. First couple, Alexis and Hunter, 2 years. She prompted the ultimatum. She wants to move. She wants to get engaged. He just wants to move in together first. Man, I was not a fan of her.
No, but his move where he wants to move in, I pulled that move.
It's a move because some people call it a life step, Brian.
Yeah, I'm more of like, you need to live together before you can get engaged.
My wife and I did the same.
That is crucial to do.
My wife and I did the exact same thing, and I think it worked out well so far. Madeline, I like how she spelled it. Madeline.
Yeah, Madeline.
Madeline and Colby, 1.5 years. They met in college. She's not ready for marriage because she doesn't believe in soulmates or the one. He's all about it. I'm not really sure why, because it doesn't seem like she likes him at all.
Yeah, it's weird because I don't really know how I feel about her yet. And I don't really know how I feel about him, to be honest with you.
Yeah, same. They're both a little. April and Jake, 2 years. She gave the ultimatum. So Jake was in the military. He just got out of the military. Apparently, he's been a good guy though. She talks about how he bought her an SUV that she can't fill with the children they don't have. He seems like a good partner so far. It just says he just wants to travel a little bit first. She's too much. I think she's going to regret doing this.
Yeah, and she's 23. Like, I'm going to have a theme here where all these people who are young trying to get married, I just don't get it.
We just don't get it. Ray and Zay, I do like that their names rhyme. That was cool. 2.5 years. She gave the ultimatum. She's got seems like everything's kind of planned out and regimented. He's not exactly there, but she does know how to bang. She does let us all know that right off the top.
Yeah, I kind of can feel how she feels. Like, she's not very emotional. So like, I kind of like when people would be like, how are you feeling? And she's like, I'm feeling really good. And when I say that, I mean it. And people think like you're being short. So far, like, I kind of,
you vibe with her, and that's understandable. I can see that. Yeah. Lauren and Nathan, he gave the ultimatum. She doesn't want kids. And then her quote was, a person shouldn't have to sacrifice something for another person. In my opinion, they're donezo. Like, that's a deal breaker, it seems like to me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We're on the same page there. And I think that was everybody that I had there. Yeah. So
wait, Shanique and Randall.
Oh, Shanique and Randall. Yeah. Do you know who gave the ultimatum there? Oh, right here.
Shanique gave, that was 1.5 years. Shanique gave the ultimatum.
Yeah.
And this is the one where Randall wants to get rid of. He had like, I want to be financially stable. I want to get rid of some debt. And I'm like, I kind of get what you mean by that.
She wants to get pregnant.
And yeah, it's just another one where it's like, you don't need to get married at 21. And like, I just feel like, I know people are going to differ with that, but
some of these people how this goes. Fugazi too. There's got to be a set of actors in here somewhere.
Yeah.
I did like that Nick and Vanessa did bring up the fact that they took a break and that she gave an ultimatum. So I actually does connect the host, gives a reason why it makes sense for them to host the show, which I kind of respect. I respect the honesty.
Yeah.
I also respect that they said therapists say ultimatums are really bad for relationships, but it's really good if you're on an accelerated timeline like a reality TV show.
Right. I'm wondering if we need to start studying their relationship so we can predict their next reality TV show.
Ooh, I like that. We're gonna do a little deep dive into their lives. I like that. I like that. Okay, so what else did I have here? All right, so Alexis. I said I wasn't a fan of Alexis because it looks like Alexis is really seeking a lot of quick approval, and she does seem to think highly of herself. She goes and talks to several guys. One of the conversations, though, she was talking to Colby, and she flat out says that, oh, this is the first time I'm really saying this, but Hunter doesn't make enough money. And, that's a thing. And I'm like, whoa, like that's kind of mean. Like, okay, man. Like, and so Colby, you see Colby's face. He's like a sheesh. He gives a sheesh face.
Right. Like, okay, it's been 2.5 years, or I think they're 2.5 years, 2 years. Why are you still with him? You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of why are you still with this person when they have these confessionals, and she's one of them. There's people who are worse I have written down than her, but
later on, this leads to Colby shooting Alexis down. And she makes a great reality TV reference. She's like, you can't just next me.
Do you think, I didn't think he said anything that bad.
He didn't. First of all, he didn't lead with the attractiveness. She said, do you see us being together? He's like, honestly, I just don't really see us being in a marriage. And she's like, left. And then she comes, and then like, it's like, that's not that bad. Like, that's not much of that's not a shot to just say that I don't see us being in a marriage. I mean, that's really not that bad.
And she took it personally.
She took it very personally.
Obviously, if you're going to judge.
And I'm curious to see where this leads, though, too, because she could be. I just don't get a good vibe. Jake and Ray, they have a lot in common. A lot in common. Their family backgrounds, just kind of what they're looking for. But while Jake and Ray are having this conversation, April storms in and sits at the booth with them. This is such a crazy dynamic. And are they going to be like interacting the entire show?
I don't know, man. That's just, I mean, if you had to put yourself there, if you had to do that it would be so awkward. I don't know how they are as okay. Maybe they don't appear okay, like physically, but they pretty held it together better than I thought they would.
This show is, I'm loving this show so far, Bri, and I honestly I just want to even see where this booth scene goes now. Boom, I need to see where this goes. So as you guys can see, we are going to go and watch episode 2 now. And if we think episode 2 needs its own review, there will be an episode 2 review. If not, you'll see a combination episode. Please like and subscribe. We are covering a lot of other things just besides the ultimatum. Like I said, we did cover Love is Blind. That coverage is on there, but right now we're also doing retro reviews of The Bachelor and The Amazing Race. We're also covering the current season of Survivor. So a lot of stuff on the channel if you're a reality TV fan. But tune in for the next episode, episode 2 review. For myself and Brian, peace.